Why is it whenever I want to film, that's when the yard men want to come and clean up yards? Hey friends, and welcome back to my channel, Organized with Joy. For today's video, this is my monthly decluttering and minimalism collaboration that I host each month. So I will be sure to have a playlist linked in the description box below if there are other people joining me sharing their own decluttering and minimalism content this month. I know I've mentioned this before, but I have slowed down on the decluttering process quite significantly, and that is just because I'm really in maintenance mode as far as what I need to declutter from around my house. It's pretty much just now the one in, one out. Sometimes I will stumble across some things that I'm no longer using while I'm in that space and just get rid of it. But for the most part, I really am at maintenance mode. So with that said, I don't have a lot of items to share this month, but I guess that is a good thing. That shows that there are less things coming into my home these days. So first up, I did want to share something I decluttered from my backyard. You might have seen this video where I cleaned up my backyard and already know, but let me just go ahead and insert the footage that I took on the day that I was cleaning up my backyard right here. Okay, I am not going to bring this ant-infested, torn up hammock inside of my house, so I will just share it right here. I am going to go ahead and throw this directly into the trash. We have a lot of squirrels in our backyard, and my guess is that they were picking apart at the roped parts of this hammock, maybe birds to make nests, but either way, this hammock has definitely seen better days, so I did decide to go ahead and replace it. So I will be decluttering this one. Okay, and then next up, I do have an old pair of running shoes. I have to replace these probably at least every couple of years. Really, I should replace them more often because I don't know if you're going to be able to see this tread, but it is really not in great shape. I was overdue for a new pair of running shoes, so I'm going to go ahead and let these go. Something else I am decluttering from my home this month is actually something that has been sitting around my home for a couple of months. Because if you remember back in February, I did a makeover on my living room, and whenever I have been painting a room more recently, I've been replacing all of the outlet covers with the paintable outlet covers. And so I'm gonna go ahead and just get rid of all of these non-paintable outlet covers. And I might want to keep them just in case I want to put them back on, like for whatever reason, but truthfully, these are very inexpensive to replace, and for that reason, I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of them. I do not foresee myself putting these back on. Even if we were to sell the home, I would just leave the paintable outlet covers on. Next, I have a couple things that I found from my kitchen. Y'all, I'll be honest, I did get a little itch to declutter. I was watching a video of someone else decluttering and it made me want to spin through my kitchen. So a couple weeks ago, I did go through my kitchen and I decided to go ahead and declutter this bowl that goes with my KitchenAid mixer. I have this bowl, and then I have another bowl that it came with that has a handle on it, but I always use the bowl with the handle. So I do not foresee myself using this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that. And then I also kept this teapot. This is the only teapot I have other than my electric teapot. But we have exclusively been using the electric one, so I don't think we need this one. And again, this is something that is really cheap to replace if I absolutely needed it sometime in the future. Something else that I'm getting rid of from my backyard, which when I did the backyard cleanup, I don't think I mentioned this because I had not actually replaced it yet, and that is our Tether Ball. It is in really bad shape, and I asked my son, who would be probably the only one still using it, and he said yes, he did want to still play with the Tether Ball. And so I just went ahead and jumped on Amazon and bought a new Tether Ball to replace this old one. Okay, the last thing I wanted to share is my son's old computer. I might have shared this previously in a declutter with me type video, because he actually replaced his computer quite a while ago, and my husband thought that we could reinstall the operating system and my daughter could use it, but my daughter said that it was very slow, it did not work well, and I'm not surprised. I mean, the son who this belonged to, he's very practical, and I think he had this computer for like 7 or 8 years, so I don't think he would get rid of it unless it really was non-usable. So anyway, this is actually leaving our home now. Okay, just kidding. I have one more item that I'm going to declutter at some point, but I need to replace it. I've not replaced it yet. And that is my computer bag, because it is falling apart on the bottom. So this will definitely need to be replaced, but I just have not found a replacement for it. And this is the only computer bag I own, so I will have to replace that. But I did want to share that with you. But in addition to that, I just wanted to also encourage you today, if you are on a journey towards minimalism, or if you are on a decluttering journey, to give yourself grace. I know that it can be very overwhelming depending on where you're at on your decluttering journey, but I just wanted to encourage you that decluttering little by little, you will chip away at it. I don't know if you've ever heard of that phrase, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. That is most definitely true for decluttering our homes, particularly if you've been accumulating things for many, many years. We do have to be patient with ourselves and give ourselves grace, and know that it took a long time to accumulate it, and so it's going to take a while to declutter it as well. One other piece of encouragement I wanted to give to you that I need to remind myself lately, because I have just been like tired of managing other people's stuff, but that is just part of my job as a homemaker, as a wife, and as a mother. But being patient with your family members as they may be in a different place as far as decluttering, and they may have different priorities. I know for me, I actually enjoy decluttering. I feel like it, over the past several years, has almost become a hobby. So it's kind of crazy that it has slowed down a little bit around here, but that is just because I really just don't have a lot left to declutter. Not of the things that I am responsible for as far as what I own or what is mine. So I just wanted to encourage you, if you are dealing with other family members' stuff and having to be patient as you wait for them to decide to declutter, or to decide to get rid of things that maybe you would get rid of, but it belongs to them, so you can't exactly get rid of it. I just want to encourage you to have patience with them and know that in their time, they will let go of their items or declutter. And it's just something we have to live with having relationships. It's part of relationships, is the give and the take, and just the compromise that we have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. I know, like I said, for me lately, I look around and I'm like, why do we have all this stuff? But I do need to be patient with my family members and allow them to hold on to what's important to them, and give them the space and the time they need to get to the place where they're ready to declutter items that I think we should declutter. Okay friends, that is all I have for you for this month's decluttering and minimalism collaboration. Don't forget to check out the playlist linked in my description box below if you want even more decluttering or minimalism motivation for your day. But as always, I really appreciate you watching my video until the end, and I will see you next time. Bye!